Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, fighting a pretty nasty sinus infection right now, but we're going to try to press on best I can with the Battle of Antietam on Legendary Mode on the Union side of Ultimate General Civil War. If you haven't seen all of the previous episodes, there's a link in the description below that'll take you all the way back to Episode 1, and we're ready to dive into Antietam. Now, Antietam, it scales pretty heavily, so I've decided that rather than put in a bunch of green units with very little experience that are just going to scale him up, I've gone with a smaller force. Basically 2 full corps plus a cavalry corps that has some skirmishers in it as well. So that's what we're going to go with, and he's going to outnumber me, but not so much that I can't make up the difference. In fact, that's going to be kind of the plan, is a fight of attrition. You can see he's got 59,100 men to my 46,100 and 187 guns compared to my 128. So he's going to have me by about 13,000 men. But we're going to wear that down. And then once we've spent the majority of the battle wearing him down, I'm going to advance on the 3 objectives and take those. So I'm going to be very slow and methodical on this battle. And one of the things I'm definitely going to do here early on is I've decided to load up on smoothbores on this half of the battlefield. And the reason being, these guys are the ones that are going to be doing the majority of the fighting. This first set of units, these first 8 brigades, will probably end up fighting almost the entire battle. So I'm going to take plenty of supply and a bunch of 24-pounders and 12-pounders and just see that I can't pummel him to death with those things and get a bunch of artillery units with crazy high casualty figures that they've inflicted. So we'll see if it works out that way. I'm not entirely sure whether it will, but we're certainly going to try. So it's going to be slow, it's going to be methodical, and it might be kind of boring to watch, but there is a method to my madness with all of this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to park in these woods right here, kind of from right here down into here, and just let him come at me, which I believe he probably will, and let my smoothbores just do a lot of killing. Now, I don't know if it'll work out that way, but that's the plan in theory. All right, so I'm getting into position now, and the next bit of my reinforcements, or my first reinforcements, I should say, are arriving. And I expect at some point he's going to come up at me with these mounted infantry units. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the historic Battle of Antietam. A couple of reasons why. One is I feel like this is a battle that folks know a lot more about than some of the other ones that I've discussed. Also, I made a visit to the Antietam battlefield a couple of years ago and shot some videos there while I was there. They're a couple of minutes long each. One video at the area around the Confederate left, Dunkard Church, and that area, the cornfield. Did a video over at the Sunken Lane, and then one at Burnside Bridge, and one at the National Cemetery. So I will put links in the description below to all of those videos. So you can check those out if you want to, and I'll talk about the battle more on those than I would during this. Other reason is I just feel like I really want to concentrate on this one. As anybody who's studied the Civil War knows, this was the bloodiest single day in American history, in military history of the United States. More soldiers died on September 17th, 1862 at Antietam than on any other day in the history of all the wars of America. And that includes Normandy on D-Day in World War II, any day in World War I, any day in Vietnam or Korea. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about doing skirmishers here, but we'll go ahead and at least break them off for the time being. I expect if I sit up here and hold tight that he'll attack me. And I want to bring up these 2 24-pounders and get them in position to where I can use them to kind of inflict some damage on the enemy. We're going to start advancing over here. Start pushing him down. I really would like to push pretty far south because he's going to be getting reinforcements down here, and I'd love to be able to catch those guys when they enter the battlefield. I'm not sure how easily I'll be able to do that. Back these guys up a little bit here. Okay, so there he is. I'm gonna push a couple more units over this way. Maybe some more skirmishers too. Because I feel like I've got enough here to hold the line. So honestly, what I want to do is I want to get myself in an advantageous position and then cause a ton of casualties so that when it comes time, because there's a lot to this battle, there's a lot of time, and the objectives the last objectives don't even open up till the last phase of the battle. So basically put myself in a position where during that last phase, I'll have such an advantageous position that it'll be pretty easy for me to just push forward and take him out. But I definitely want to get into these woods. Ouch. Okay. And let's go ahead and get these guns down here into the woods as well. "51 minutes to go." I want to get down here. I would love to be able to have a couple of units parked down here and just destroy his reinforcements when they come in. I'm just not sure I can get down there that fast with that many men. But we're going to try. But it means I'm going to have to cover them, because I don't want them getting hit on the flanks by those 2 mounted infantry units. I'm actually going to reattach a couple of these skirmishers for now. These guys, eventually, when he gets some reinforcements, I expect he will attack me. And that'll be really nice when he does. I'm actually going to order these 24-pounders to hold off, because there's no point in having them fire from that far back, even though they are causing some casualties. I'm going to get the Ohio Outlaws fighting Finns to start running to get down there. I'm going to send Fry's skirmishers down to help screen as well. He's got these guns down in here, and there's just no way that I can really do much about them right now. Number one, because I've just got smoothbores. And number two, because unless I get super close, I can't see them. Okay. So we're going to be in position to be able... I hope I'm guessing right on where these guys are going to be. I should have had these guys go around the woods. Okay, Keys is going to take a lot of casualties just because of where he is. But that's okay. And now we sit tight, at least for a little while. I'm going to pause for just a second here. Yeah, let's hold these guys too. All right, here they come. So I'm not going to have my Napoleons in position in time. Say hello to my little friend, Texas Brigade. So I should have shifted just a hair over this way so I could have hit him with both brigades. Oh, that was beautiful. All right, let's move the Ohio Outlaws over a little bit here. Unfortunately, he's gonna get to break to that side, which I don't like, but hey, I guess I can't complain too much. I probably should have parked them this way so I could have driven them off. I want to nail this battery. Oh, here comes the Texas Brigade for more. Oh, that hurt my skirmishers a lot. Gotta back these guys up. Alright, so I'm not crazy about being out here in the open, but it was in a really advantageous position that I didn't want to pass up. I've just got to watch because I know at some point he is going to advance on this line here. And then, of course, in 7 minutes, this battlefield's going to open up, and suddenly the Ohio Outlaws are not going to have the border to protect them anymore. So we're going to bring Fry's skirmishers over. And I think we'll break some off from Peckham as well. And then we'll see what he's going to do here. All right, on we go. So now each phase of this, the battlefield opens up a little bit more. Now we're going to get our second corps here with our cavalry. Now, I'm torn here because part of me wants to sit back and wait with these guys. Another part of me wants to get them in on the action because there's a lot of open ground over here. And if I can get really lucky and isolate somebody, 4 units of melee cavalry could really do some damage. So I might give that a try and see how that goes. All right, so I think I'll move the sharpshooters forward here and just start to scout out a little bit what's happening. I'm hoping, oh, he's actually pulling out. That's really interesting. I was hoping he would attack me there, but he seems to be focusing more on what I'm doing over here, which I really don't want him to do. Yeah, I think this fresh unit to attack their left is only one group of 24 pounders. Okay, so far so good. My goal here is actually I'm going to try to sneak through as best I can, hopefully without being spotted. Take my cavalry corps through here. Alright, Stonewall Brigade's actually going to come up into here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and unleash these 24 pounders, at least the ones on this side. Oh, and then he's going to back up. Okay. I'm pretty content for this to not turn into a huge bloodbath, but I can't imagine that he'll let me get near these 2 objectives, which I have to take to win the battle, without a huge fight. So we'll see. All Alright, let's get keys flipped around here. Let's unleash these 12 pounders. Those Louisiana Tigers are coming right inside here. Here comes some more reinforcements for me, which will move down into this area right here, I think. Just not sure of what he's doing yet. I don't know if he knows what he's doing yet. Okay, here comes somebody over on my right. Interesting. Alright, he's gonna come at me now. Hoping he won't overrun these guys. Okay, I found he does have men coming up from down here. And of course he's got these units surrounding the Dunker Church. I want to get through the town before the town objective becomes available. Alright, we gotta get somebody down here to help out on this. See if I can get some skirmishers down there. I don't want to just go 2-on-1 in the woods against a 3-star unit. Let's keep these guys going. Oh, he's got supplies down there? Interesting. I'm going to slow things down for a minute while I manage this. That'll really hurt him in a battle like this. Oh, let's get my corps commander out of there. Somebody's going to take a volley here, unfortunately. Alright. Kershaw will have seen better days by the time this is over. We'll send our sharpshooters up there. I'm hoping we can wipe Kershaw out before he pulls me back toward other units. A little disappointed he's not advancing over here, because I really don't want to have to go out after him. I don't know how close his next brigade is because I can't see anything up there. But I'm thinking I probably... Oh, maybe we are going to be able to take him out. Yeah, let's wipe this guy out. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That was lovely. That's one less brigade to deal with in the field. And there are some supplies with no protection whatsoever. Let's make sure these guys don't shoot him, because, man, I can really use those, and he could too. Here come the last of my reinforcements. I think with this, that should be just about everybody that I can expect. But first, we're going to grab these supplies. Just taking a little while to get there. I'm going to go ahead and start moving a couple of these units up this way. Alright, he pulled back. Let's pull Latimer back here. Get him back into the woods. Leave Barksdale hanging out there. Same with Peckham. We're going to pull him back too. All right, we'll grab the supplies. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we'll just watch for opportunities with the cavalry. Oh my, look at this. Okay. So number one, he is finally attacking me up on my line. And we drove him back, but my 24 pounders are already low on supply. All right, get him in a little closer. So we've got a bit of a problem here that I'm going to have to deal with. But thankfully what I've done is I've put units in here because I knew this would be an area I was going to lose a lot of men. I put relatively inexperienced units there, so they wouldn't be as expensive to replace. I'm going to pull these Napoleons out because these guys are going to get driven back. Keyes is never going to be able to hold here. But help is on the way. Like I said, there's another whole phase to this where Sharpsburg opens up, so I've got so much time. I'm in no hurry at all to advance on these objectives, as long as I can be causing casualties on him from a more advantageous position. Why did those skirmishers move up like that? I did not want them to do that. Not entirely sure why that happened. Oh boy. Yeah, I put the Wolverines in a really rough spot there. Okay, we're going to start moving forward here. Okay, so this has been a problem for me right here, but we're gonna deal with that. I just wasn't expecting him to move all these units over this way. I thought he'd keep them there. So let's look at the numbers so far. I've lost 4,000 men, and we've caused about 4,500 casualties. But I expected early on for it to be pretty even, with the idea being that as it moved along, it was going to get more and more one-sided. And we're going to start seeing that happen. And actually, the casualties, that's not really a fair representation of the casualties, because we completely wiped out an entire brigade that's not even showing up on the battlefield anymore, and so it doesn't count those casualties. Now, at some point, we can ride in with the cavalry. But I want to wait until some of these units are in a much weaker position before I do that. Oh boy. Just need the fighting Finns to hang on. Wow. My units here just light Armistead up and rip him to shreds, because that's what's about to happen. Okay. Nope, Hayes, get out of there. I need Zook to back up a hair. Slow things down again. I finally have these guys where I want them, which is on the other side of the woods. Alright, we're going to pull these 24-pounders out. A nice little chunk of my army hasn't even engaged yet. Of course, the same can be said for him, for all of those units that are at the sunken road. I'm gotta be careful here. I may lose some cavalry here, but I think this is worth it. We'll wipe out this battery quickly. And we're out. We need to get these guys advanced up now. Oh, Kemper. Now let's look at the numbers now. I've got him by about 7,000 men. That's really the number I need to look at, since as I wipe out complete units, they're going to disappear. So it's going to make it harder to tell just exactly what I've done to him without that. I want that advantage to get up to 14 or 15,000 before I go advancing on these objectives in the last phase. Let's get these supplies down here. Get the Fighting Finns some ammo. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't run away, guys. Don't run away. Now, I know Law's going to get into these guys a little bit, but that's okay. Again, it's worth it for being able to disrupt a brigade and a battery. No, alright, we'll pull him out of here. Oh, Hayes. No, 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 no. Get the heck out of there. Why would he break that direction? Alright. We're good now. Alright, I feel like from here on out, the casualties should start shifting more and more in my favor. Got a huge part of my force that hasn't even engaged yet. My 7,000 man advantage that I had is now 8,000. Really would like to push him out of these woods. Okay, look at this. That's kind of interesting to see happen. All right, 8,000 man advantage is now 8,600. Just keep driving that number up. Alright, so now the tricky part here is I want to hit these guys, but I've got to do it at the right time so that guys like Penn can't turn on me. I think we'll wait. Well, we know Penn's not going to turn on me now. All right, we come on to the last phase now. And this is where it'll get interesting because I've got to take the objectives at this point. This, I believe, is the last 4 hours of this battle. Okay, well, he gets reinforcements at this point, so my advantage on him is now just 2,200 men. Oh boy, get Hayes out of there. See if we can finish these guys off. I'm not too worried about the city of Sharpsburg, the town of Sharpsburg, not really a city. I'll send my cavalry down there to get that at the end. And I'm not too worried about this, because I'm eventually going to pretty much wipe out any of these units that are still in there. The main one I'm concerned about is going to be the sunken road right up here. But I think with these fresh units that once I advance them, we'll probably be able to take that. All right, out, 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 out. Go, go, go. Okay, it was a 2,200 man advantage. It's back up to about 4,000 now. Oh, these batteries. He just has such a great spot for these batteries in this battle. But I'm finally getting to them. Three hours to go, plenty of time. Alright, let's finish this guy off. I can't stand here and get shot at like this anymore. Obviously, cavalry in the woods is not ideal, but we're going to disrupt them and get them out of the woods is the point here. All right, this phase started with a 2,200 man advantage. It's now 7,000. So now it's all about this objective here, and once again I'm going to let him come at me as much as I possibly can. Let's take out this battery real quick. 2.5 hours to go. Yeah, we're gonna take some volleys. That's okay. Bye-bye. All right, get out of there. All right, let's pause for a second here. Alright, so ammo's a real issue for me at this point, but probably kind of is for everybody. I'm going to back Bristow up. I'll move the guns up. We've got quite a bit of supply here still, so let's spread the wealth a little bit. And you can see some of the units he's got defending at this point have next to nothing left. I have to keep in mind, though, that I still have to take the town of Antietam. Or of SHARPSBURG. But he's down to just 20,000 men. Let's get all our guns moved up. Just wipe those guys out. Still 2 hours to go, but this is potentially one of those battles where I could see myself wiping his army out to next to nothing. I've taken out half his guns. Now granted, I've lost 15,000 men. I'm going to bring these supplies all the way around. Got some supplies here too. So actually, we'll bring the supplies this way and then have them circle back, and we'll bring these supplies down for the guys on this side. All right. Looks like Kemper's kind of all by himself over here. All right, hold up, Russell. These guys just dissolved, leaving Kemper even more by himself. Rhodes is going to dissolve soon. Supplies are a-coming. Alright, let's get these guys out of here. So Kemper will live to fight another day. And I probably need to keep these guys rested and ready for the move on the final objective. Just 2 hours to go. What's he down to now? Oh, he got more reinforcements. You kidding me? He's back up to 23,500 men. That means he's probably got some parked on that objective, because he doesn't have 23,000 men up here. All right, let's take out these guns. So once again, we're only at about a 4,000 man advantage. But I've wiped out completely so many of his units. Just going to keep an eye on the clock for that. We've got to take this objective here and then Sharpsburg. He's still got 22,000 men. They've just got to be guarding the other objectives, I guess. I'm not going to advance on the sunken road until I absolutely have to at the last minute. All right, with an hour to go, he's got what left? 21,000 men. I can see 3,000, 4,000, 5, 6. I can only see maybe 6,000 to 7,000 of them right now. It means the rest are parked somewhere else. Hopefully a bunch are parked down here at Burnside Bridge, which is completely irrelevant to winning the battle. Okay, and then there's some others here that are sneaking in. We're going to let him just keep trying to defend this objective. 48 minutes to go. Let's wipe out all these guys. 43 minutes. All right, I'm going to pause one more time. All right, it won't take much to advance on this one. I'm sending units down here just because I want to be extra sure I'm going to be able to take this objective. I don't want to just rely on the cavalry to do that. AP Hill's forces threaten our extreme left. Over here? What's he down to now? 19,000. So these are the fresh units down here now. All right, let's advance here. I don't want him to be able to reoccupy these fortifications with these fresh units. So we're going to push forward. And good, he's shifting these units rather than defending the town. He's shifting them up in here where all my guns are. Speaking of guns, let's move these guys up again. Well, not the 20-pounders. We're solid with where they are. $22 minutes to go. Let's take the objective. Both objectives. He's going to park everything he's got on this one. Alright, we've secured Sharpsburg. Now we secure the sunken lane. Bloody mess. Certainly not my finest battle, but I'll take it. Alright, MacArthur, you need to get out of there. Ah, jeez. Alright, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Break off skirmishers to dislodge him from that situation. Absolute bloodbath. Fighting Finns, my goodness. 1,500 deaths, 1,800 kills. Wolverine, same deal, 1,300 deaths, 1,000 kills. All right. There's a victory at Antietam, but man, look at the cost. He ended up with, what did he have, about 58,000 men to my 44,000. So I ended up losing 16,700 men, 1,200 cavalry, 7 guns, 230 men. But we took out 85 guns, 1,000 cavalry, 120 missing, 31,000 casualties caused. We grabbed almost 4,000 Tyler, Texas guns, captured some Parrots, howitzers, really not much of anything. And that's about it, which is kind of disappointing. Coming out of here with some new major generals. History guy is now lieutenant general. And let's look at kind of the major units here. Nicholas, which is actually one of my 1-star units, ended up having the most kills. 24 pounders, 2,000 kills, 21 losses. 24 pounders, 1998 and 0. 24 pounders, 1522 and 2. So you can definitely see the impact those 24 pounders make. Got to get as many more of those as I possibly can moving forward. But it's a victory. And now we reset and we look at the next several battles going into, I believe, Fredericksburg. Yep. So we're going to have Iuka, Perryville, and then Fredericksburg. And man, well, we're not going to be able to see what Fredericksburg has here because you only see what they have at first, which is very little. But I did notice that his number of available troops went down significantly there. I think they were at like 112,000 or something. So we brought that down significantly, and that's where we're at. We've got almost 49,000 troops in the force pool, along with about 28,000 here. So right now, about 77,000 men. I've also got 81 reputation to spend, which I will definitely be making use of moving forward. So let me know your thoughts. I'm sure that could have gone better, but I'm pretty content with how well it went. Anytime you inflict 2-to-1 casualties when you're outnumbered and assaulting the enemy position, I'll consider that a good day. Best of all, I got a lot of experience, and we also gained this Iron Brigade 3-star unit. So a lot of experience moving forward, and so just let me know your thoughts. I'm not feeling real great, so I'm not going to say much more than that. Please hit that thumbs up, please subscribe, and we will see you again in a couple of days with the next battle.